Okay, so get this.
For today's deep dive, we are going into the world of...
competitive budgie breeding.
Wow!
Yeah.
Budgies.
We're going to be checking out the website
Of the Association for Wild Type and Exhibition Budgies.
of South Africa, or AWEBSA for short.
Interesting.
And I think even if you...
even if you aren't.
a bird person,
Yeah.
there's going to be something here for everyone.
I think you might be right about that.
The name itself is so interesting.
The Association for Wild Type and Exhibition Budgies of South Africa.
And right away,
You can see what they're all about.
this is an organization that...
Is trying to bridge the gap between
a wild type.
and the exhibition budgie.
So what is the difference?
Between those two,
Well, wild type budgie is...
pretty much what you would picture.
if you just thought about a budgie,
The kind of...
Vanderbudgie,
the ones you might picture flying around Australia.
right? Just out in the wild.
Just a regular budgie.
Not fancy or anything.
Right.
But then you have these exhibition budgies.
And these are budgies that have been bred
Over generations.
for very specific traits.
Yeah.
So they're looking for
Like certain colors,
vibrant colors,
different feather patterns.
even the way that they stand.
Wow.
So it's almost like,
dog breeds.
yeah.
It's like you have your wolves.
And then you have your poodles.
Right.
Exactly.
And another thing that really stood out to me on their website.
Was this partnership they have with Herbs for Birds?
Okay. Yeah.
I saw that too.
Herbs for birds.
And it's right there with the Worldwide Birds Partnership.
What do you think?
That says about them.
Well, I think they're really interesting.
In a more holistic
Yeah.
approach to bird care.
You know, it's not just about...
How these birds look.
it's about how they're doing.
Overall.
Taking care of them.
Makes sense. So Herbs for Birds,
It's probably like...
natural remedies.
yeah, natural remedies and preventative care.
And then the Worldwide Birds.
I think that might be more about
Staying connected.
with the global community
Right.
of budgie enthusiasts.
Exactly.
So they obviously care about their birds
But they also want them to look good.
because these are show birds.
Yes. These are show birds.
And they even
I'll tell you
had
a roster.
online
Yeah.
in
Watching
2021
that a virtual show.
virtual bird shows.
What?
I don't
I
know.
know.
It's amazing.
How does that even work?
I guess people submit videos
Of their birds.
and then the judges
Watch the videos.
and make their decisions.
That's crazy.
So you'd be anywhere in the world.
And show your bird.
Exactly.
Wow.
That is a wild world.
It is.
Well,
One last thing
I don't know. It's
was that they had
contact info.
specifically for a ring coordinator.
Oh, yes.
The ring coordinator.
What's that all about?
Well, bird banding
Or ring
is when you put
a little bit leg.
around the bird's leg.
And it's got a unique number.
Okay.
So it's like an ID card.
It's like an ID card for the bird.
And the ring coordinator.
Is the person who keeps track of all that.
Who's got which bird and where they came from.
Making sure everything's done responsibly.
That makes sense.
So even though
This seems like
it's such a niche thing,
budgie breeding.
there's so much to it.
It's like a whole world.
It is a whole world.
And they're doing it right.
They're very organized.
They care about the birds,
They want them to be healthy.
but they
They
also,
want them to win.
of course, they want them to look good.
They want to show them off.
It's natural.
Yeah.
I guess it makes you think.
About what drives people.
To get into something like this,
Yeah.
why budgies?
Why spend all this time
breeding them
and taking care of them?
and showing them off?
What is it about these birds?
That makes people so passionate.
Right.
It is interesting.
It's a really interesting question.
I mean, it says something about
The connection
that people can have with animals
even animals
that we think of,
as common.
like budgies.
No.
It's a little pet shop bird
Right. But there's so much more to them.
that meets the eye. It really makes you wonder.
If maybe
There's something to be learned here.
about how we can,
Take better care
of all the
in the
area,
world.
you know,
Maybe we can learn something from AWEBSA,
about how to protect
biodiversity,
the things they're doing
to preserve these budgies.
can be applied to
Other animals.
animals that aren't as popular.
Or as cute.
Yeah, that's a good question. You're out
If
there
you're thinking about
getting a budgie,
maybe do a little research
learn a little bit more.
about these amazing birds.
Yeah, you might be surprised
You just might be.
at what you discover.
And who knows?
Maybe you'll even be inspired
To join the world.
of competitive budgie breeding.
Yeah.
That's all for today.
Until next time.
Happy birding.